Let me share my screen. Okay. So again, welcome. So I will start by presenting ITSM core features. Then I will move to RMM, and then finally I will present the new features for patch management. So let me start with ITSM core. We will be releasing two features. The first one is about our API development. We added 3 new sections for API capabilities. The one is procedures. So now customers will be able to execute, do procedure operations over APIs, and you will be finding necessary explanations about each API. And also we developed APIs for alerts, creating, deleting, editing, and searching. And also we are able to find logs by device and also execution log details again. And also we added API capabilities for monitors, so that the customers will be able to manage monitors over APIs again. So these extensions joins last month's release of our APIs for users, devices, and device group properties, and it will be continued with some other must-have API capabilities in next sprint. And we will continue to extend our API capabilities during the next couple of sprints again. And also we will share a public documentation about how to use all of these APIs in also next sprint, so that every customer can access it publicly. So let me continue with the second feature. The second feature is, as you know, we have duplicate device detection on portal setup in settings. So we enhanced these settings with also by MAC address. So now the duplicate devices can be either marked by checking its device name or checking its MAC address. And also the customers are going to be able to choose both of them, or they can choose one of them. But when they remove both selections, the system won't allow them to save the setting. So the customer has to mark at least one option, either device name or MAC address, but they will be able to use both properties.
So it's an and. Is it an and between them? So it will.
And or it doesn't matter. I mean, if they choose both of them.
Yes, both of them. Yeah.
Yes, it's an and.
Nice. Thank you.
So that's all for ITSM core side. Let me continue with RMM section. The first feature is that finally we have procedure support for macOS devices. The customers will be able to run script procedures for their macOS devices. And let me go to procedures section. Now, as you can see, there is a menu added to create macOS script procedure. When we click it, it's the same as our general procedure creation. And also the UI is also the same. We added the operating system icon here, as we now support two different operating systems, Windows and macOS. The general tab is the same. All the tabs are the same with our Windows script procedures. And also we are able to run the procedure over Mac devices. The options are the same with Windows procedures, but in this case only macOS devices are seen and can be selected when the users want to run the procedure over some specific device or device group as well. So it's basically the same, but now we can run procedures, script procedures over macOS devices.
So what if you run a macOS procedure on a group that has macOS X and Windows? It will.
Yeah. In that case, only the macOS devices will get the command, and the other devices won't get this command because this procedure is specifically created for macOS devices.
Understood. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And let me continue with the second feature. It's about our network management section. Now the customers are able to give friendly names or aliases to both managed devices and discovered devices. So for example, let's try to change the name. As you can see, there is a new section called device name, and here we can change the name to anything. Also, there is an option to allow auto renaming of the device. So it will, if this checkbox is enabled, then the system will fetch the original name and update it on the portal. So let me go back to devices. As you can see, the device name is changed. And one more thing about this, there is a restore button next to the text field. And when we click, the original name is reverted. So that the customer, if the customer wants to use the original name instead of the custom name, they will be able to restore the name just by one click. And also it's the same for discovered devices section. So let's change the name of the this device. As you can see, the device name is changed, and also the same functionality appears here as well. So the name is reverted back. That's all for remote monitoring and management side. Let me continue with patch management. We have one feature which is pretty useful. Now the customers are able to control patch management, I mean enable or disable patch management functionalities, which is managed over profiles. So that if a customer doesn't want our patch management, both operating system and third-party patch management system, not to check and apply the patches on the endpoints, then they will be able to configure it over profiles. So let me create a Windows profile. So there is a new section called Patch Management. And here there are two tabs, which one of them controls operating system and the other one controls third-party application patch management. And the customer is able to turn off operating system patch management, and also they can turn off and turn on third-party application patch management separately. So when it is saved, and when this profile is assigned to a device or a group of devices, then for those devices, the system won't check any operating system patches and third-party application patches also. And also the patches cannot be applied over the portal. So they won't be able to use on-demand patch installations from patch management section. The scheduled patching operations won't work for the devices having this profile, and also patch installations over procedures also again won't work for those kind of devices.
How it will show for the vulnerability management and patch management, the global one for the Windows and for the third party?
Actually, the patch management is a grid of aggregated data. So when a patch comes, by the way, if the, for example, think about it is disabled for every device on a portal, then there won't be any patches listed anymore here. I mean, new patches. So, and also if there are some devices which has a profile with disabled patch management, and also there are some devices with enabled patch management, only the devices which have enabled patch management will be shown here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because the information is accumulated from the endpoint
Yes.
that we feed the portal. Okay.
Yes,
got
exactly.
it. Got it. So if we disable it for the portal altogether, vulnerability management and patch management should be empty.
Yes.
Got it.
But if but it's important when was the that action taken. So, for example, the portal is created, the patch management comes as enabled by default. Patches were fetched and listed here. Then customer decided to turn off patch management completely. The patch will be still visible, but nothing can be installed because the patches were already fetched from the devices initially.
Understood. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all for patch management side. Does anyone have any question?
So and patching procedures will fail as well if
Yes,
the
it won't
patch
work.
is disabled. It won't work.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but it's only it won't work only for the endpoints which patch management was disabled over profile.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Okay, that's all for ITSM Core, RMM, and patch management. Thank you for listening me.
Thank you so much, Ilgaz. Let's continue with remote control. Gizem, if you are ready, I am making you a co-host so that you can share your screen. Okay. Okay. 。  . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。
Understood. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I want to start with a new feature about remote tools. Device list, I can select my computer, Windows computer, and start connection. We add two different user types, login user and system user. I will show both of them to show differences. Let's start with login user. Connection as a logged in user, I can see the Z drive in the file explorer. I can see network devices. And if move to the comments, for example, let's try to copy a file to system folder, and I can for example, text. Yes. But as you can see, my request is denied because I connect as a logged in user. Then I will show the other connections. For example, system user. When I connect as a system user, I cannot see the Z drive. Is the main differences between them, and also when I write as a copy command. Yes. My request is approved. This is the other differences between the logged in user and system user. And also, I can see the session account type in the audit logs. Sorry, I think, yes, in audit logs. I can see the connection as the, let me see, logged in user and local system user. Session account type is written the audit logs also. That's all the remote tools. Let's move the remote control. Remote control, I start file transfer with a Windows device. And we have a new feature about the file transfer. For example, I can transfer the file. Oops, sorry. Maybe I can see and clear. During the file transfer, I can pause the transfer and start, and transfer will go on, will continue, complete. And also, I can suspend the session or resume the session. This is the second new feature for the remote control. Okay, and that's all remote control. And I want to also show the new report types, which is customer assessments report. To create customer assessment reports, we can go to procedures. Customer assessment report includes the evaluation security of your managed Windows endpoints. So under predefined procedures, we have reports. To create customer assessment report, we can click the Run button. We can select all devices or specific device group, users group. For example, let's select device. Configure parameters. I need to use Valkyrie API key to run the scan. So I can go to Valkyrie and create new account. Yes. Under account, I have API key. I copy that and select the Valkyrie API key part. I add my email to send my report. And also I can add more than one email by using comma, for example, like that. I can select the count to scan file. The maximum value is 50 and apply, and I can click the run, and the comment has been sent pop-up is shown. When I go to the execution log, as you can see, report started, status will started in a few minutes. It will change as a success, and in 15 minutes, report sent to your email. You can find the report in email, but we don't have that time, so I can see the reports. Reports include Comodo agents, device vulnerability risk, endpoint security risk, and phishing and internet risks. As you can see, Comodo agents, vulnerability, security risks, clean or unknown files, and internet risks, like that. Okay, that's all from BI part. Do you have any question?
Thank you so much, Gizem. That was a really good feature. By the way, we have a help guide for the customer assessment report, and it's already in production. We can share you we can share with you the this help guide so that you can share with your customers after the meeting with the meeting record. So thank you so much, Gizem. Let's continue with CCS sites. Zeynep,
Hello, everyone.
The co-host. Okay, Zeynep, you can share your screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I will start with Comodo Client Security and continue with cyber security. We are releasing 3 features for CCS. I will start with DRP screenshot rule. We have a monitoring menu already. I showed you previous sprint the removable storage access rule. And now we have a screenshot rule. While selected monitoring conditions are matched, user cannot take screenshots from devices. It's a real-time rule. Same with removable storage rule. We have ignore and block option for screenshot rule, and we have criteria and options sub menus like removable storage rule. We can edit criteria from here. Running applications, we can add files, running processes, as like for now I can select a running process, and we can select file groups, folders, file hash, and process hashes. And also we can select running rating trusts, unrecognized and malicious, and we can select vendors for the screenshot rules criteria. And we have an option for log option. We can uncheck this option and we will not see any logs for screenshot rules. And I created for screenshot ignore options for Notepad++ and Notepad, I guess, yes. And I will open a Notepad. And I write something. I press the screenshot button and I will go and check view logs. It is created now. This screenshot from take Notepad++, not Notepad access, sorry, and action is ignore and status is success. And also we can run this rules by block option, but for blockability we need to have a physical machine, so I cannot show from VM, but we have a video we created before. I will show you the video and I will explain how we handle the block option. We created a block option rule for screenshot, and it is for Notepad exe. We are opening a Notepad and writing something, and then we will take a screenshot while the action is blocked. And then we check the view logs and we will refresh it, and there is a new log that's blocked our screenshot. And we can see logs from here, and we will, oops, sorry. And we will go and check paint if we can paste the and we try to paste the screenshot, but we cannot paste the. And now we will disable our rule, and we can take a screenshot then, and we will see there is no logs, and we can paste to the paint. As you can see, we can refresh and see no logs, and we can paste what we take for screenshot. This is for block option, but this is the same for screenshot. For ignore rule, for example, I press before screenshot for I take, and I paste to the point to the paint, and we can see my screenshots from here. This is all for screenshot rule. Second item is about adding new pattern type to discovery rules. I will show this feature more detailed in portal side also, because we simplify CCS UI. As you can see, we don't want to customer change anything from the endpoint, so we exclude edit buttons from here for discovery rules and keyword groups. But you can see we created some rules to the portal site, and we implement to the CCS site. And I will run this rules, and we can see what we have for specified custom patterns in CCS side. For example, for maskability, I created a 4 symbols, 4-digit custom ability, and I will run a scan and I will show you the details what we have for discovery custom patterns. Open views. Yes. For example, for this rule, for example, I added mask digit symbols with 4 digits, and we can see 4 symbols, first and last digits here, and we can go jump to folder and we can open, and we can see we have what we matched from here. We have 2 and we have 1 and 2 4-digit number here. This is a custom pattern, and I will explain later more details on portal side also. And I can show you another example for test primitive patterns. And this is, we have, for example, in a date of birth in a PDF file. And for now, for example, we have date of birth and name with 5-digit account number, and we can go check the rules what we have. I printed to notepad. A little bit, yes. We have 2 patterns from here. 1 date of birth and 1 name with 5-digit account numbers, and we have a mask ability for this, and our customized pattern is this, and we can see here date of birth, and we have a name with 5-digit account number catched file, and I can show you the details. We have 4 date of birth and 1 5-digit. Yes. This is our 5-digit number series. This is the all for CCS site, and the third item is additional file formats for discovery rules. We implemented our discovery rule document types, a PDF file scan ability, so we can run our PDF type of rules from here, and we can see our logs. For example, I run a test PDF, and I catch a PDF with 1 date of birth, and we can jump to folder and open our PDF format. Before the previous sprints, we only can search under text format documents, and now we can cover the PDF formats also. We can see the date, birth of date from here. And this is all for CCS site. And I will show more details from portal site. If there is no question, I will continue with cybersecurity.
Zeynep, can I ask a quick question about screenshots?
Yes.
Will snipping tool on Windows work on screenshots rules for the block action?
We have a application list for screenshots. I will send you the list. We have blocked applications for screenshot taking, most usable screenshot applications. It will be on CCS the device, on CCS application block page, and this rules for only the keyword combination for Windows. But also we have a restriction list for screenshot.
Also, there are no block pop-ups for the DLP screenshot rules, right? Only the logs.
Yes.
Okay, thank
We
you.
can add pop-up. I will take a note. We can write a command for blocked action.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And I will continue with cybersecurity. We are releasing 6 features for cybersecurity. And I will start with the DLP monitoring part. Previous sprint, we couldn't achieve to release logs option for monitoring rules. For now, we can collect logs for monitoring, and we have a new component under filter as monitoring. So monitoring rules require hardware, and that's why I cannot create new logs for now, but I can show you with what we collected before. As you know, for monitoring rules, we don't have any pattern search. So we don't have any file details for our logs, but we can see our logs for blocked action for a removable storage rule, or we can see ignored option for a removable storage rule we collected before. Also, the device tree part is applicable for 3 of the subtabs here: device list, logs, and quarantine files. And the monitoring logs part is for this, and we can continue with matched column for log details because we also released for the CCS before, but we don't have any development for cybersecurity side, so we are releasing now the matched columns for logs. As you can see, we have a details button from here, and while we click this button, we can open the details, view details screen as like CCS for now. And we can see the match column first and last digits. Also, we can see file name, date, and action for the rules, what we selected for. And also, this pop-up can be manageable under security subsystems roles tab. So you can specify the users who can see the logs, and also who can see the logs details screen under security subsystems. Let me open. We have 2 option here, and the last one is for details pop-up. Because we have the details pop-up matched columns and the details for the selected sensitive data. So we can exclude this details button from the other roles for a permission. And the third feature is quarantine files. You can see the file names and the patterns we selected before, and we quarantined the files we ran for demo session. And also we can click the all quarantine files from here and see the details for the specific file.
Can you see the current logged on user under which the action was triggered?
Can you repeat again?
Can you see the current logged on user under which the action was triggered as a log? So
Yes.
point out on the endpoint.
Yes. I don't have a hardware, so I am showing the old version of the files, but yes, we are listing the files we catched for the scan. And we can restore from here or delete from here as the same with antivirus ability. And we can see the details here. We can delete from here or restore from here, but we also have a device list from the screen. For example, if we have more than one device for this specific file, we can restore from one or delete for the others. For example, I had a one data. This one, I guess. You can see if there is more than one. Oops, more than one device. Okay, I couldn't find. There is only one device for the now options, but we can select the files from here for a specific device, and we can delete or restore for selected devices. And we also have refresh and filter ability for all the new edit screens. And also we can use, as I mentioned, the device tree for specifying, filtering the devices for this screen. And also we have an export ability for quarantine files. As like we are trying to make it similar with antivirus or the other user behaviors. Another feature is adding new custom pattern ability. System templates. We have, as you know, patterns variables here. We had predefined patterns we added, and we also trying to add more predefined patterns this screen. But now we have a customized pattern ability and type as custom. I create before for demo. For example, the old ones, for the old ones, if we implement a pattern, custom pattern into a rule, we cannot change anything on this rule because it is implemented and run from a profile, so we don't want to affect the other profiles or other rules which have this custom pattern. That's why we cannot do anything on the applied patterns here, but we can see which details we have, what we can solve the details, and we can see the rules this pattern is implemented, and we can click and go the applied rule from here, and I will create a new one. We have a pattern elements tab, as I mentioned, and then we have keyword groups, and custom mask ability, and the other one is our predefined patterns we can add to the rule also. I can add a keyword, and I can add a keyword group here also, and I can add a custom mask. It is important. For example, I will select digit, letter, symbol. I am making the placeholders length of, and I will specify which placeholder I will use later on the rule. For now, we will always search digit, letter, and symbol for this mask. And we can also select the match all, or we can not select the match all, and we can search the similar patterns under a custom mask. And I edit this mask here, and we have a new pattern now, and we can apply to the a rule. Let's create a new rule. I will add my new pattern here. We can see these ones are our custom patterns, then the other ones is our predefined patterns. But now with this custom ability, we will add our name with 7-digit account number ability, mask ability also. We can specify our digit included patterns from here. For example, I can allow specify the mask, and we know that we have a keyword as names, and we will search 7-digit numbers, so I can only enter a digit number. For example, it will start with 3 and 4, and the other ones will not important for me. I will only search for 3 and 4 part, starting with this part, and I can set my mask configuration from here. For my example, as you can see, we have a keyword, and also I can select another keyword here, or I can have a keyword group, and I can select one keyword group from here. I can specify it. And also I can see that I have a current keyword group as names, and I can custom my mask ability with digit, letter, and symbol. Allow to specify mask. I select this ability, this button, and I will write, for example, it's a digit. If I write a letter here, and I didn't. Let me edit it. It didn't save because I didn't set mask up. I didn't click set mask configuration. I will add a here, and this field is not correct. We can see, and I will specify it with true mask letters, and I will set with a. And as you can see, I will specify this 3 with a, and the other one is not important for me. This is a mask ability for our custom patterns. We can, after the edit a rule, I will save my rule from here, and I will go to check my pattern. And as you can see, I cannot specify another ability from here, and I can see I edit this rule name with demo, and I cannot change anything for this pattern anymore. This is all for DLP features for this sprint. We can continue with antivirus improvements. Device list. macOS on-demand quarantine items to device list screen. We added a new section. Let me open. I created a Mac device as an example, and we have quarantine files under antivirus section. And the main idea is receive quarantine files list on demand, and despite of the all other logs we already collect in general antivirus quarantine page, we can restore the listed files here. We can delete, or we can select the other options from here. And also we can request quarantine files here, and we have filter and refresh ability as the other screens. For example, I will restore this file, and this is updated today. And as you can see, the user's last action is restore, and I will request quarantined files.
Can I request the quarantine file while it's in quarantine?
As a for a file, no, we already quarantined the file. We have to restore, and then we can quarantine again.
Okay.
And also I refreshed, and the update is finished, and as you can see, the restored file is gone from the list, and we can delete or select the other options also. And my
So can you explain what does the request quarantine files do? We are just requesting doing the refresh and pulling the data from the endpoint,
yes,
or we are downloading in order to do a forensic analysis on the file, additional additional to the Comodo rating, or additional to the Comodo detection.
It is receive only quarantine files on demand. If we have a quarantine list, I will press the button and I will check with this file already quarantined. I will only check and
So you are just pulling. This option
yes,
is just pulling the data. I think this will be misleading from the customer, because I understood that we are pulling the files in order for me to do additional forensics on the files, to be frank.
Okay, let me check with team, and maybe we can change the naming, or we can add the info. Thank you.
Cheers.
I write my note. Okay, and the last feature is Valkyrie date filter. It's come from a customer that we have too many files here, and so we cannot find the data we are searching. We added a filter ability here, and we can filter with date and time. It's now default as 1 week. And but the main problem with Valkyrie, we don't have a staging environment, so I can only show the filter on page. I cannot collect any data for filtering. And this is all for April release for CCS and cybersecurity. Is there any question?
Thank you so much, Zeynep.
Thank you for your time.
I think there is no question. Let me share my screen.
I will stop.
Okay, thank you, Zeynep. Do you see my ITarian dashboard right now?
Yes, we are seeing.
Okay, great. I want to mention about one new platform that we built for our resellers. Under the management, you will see partner menu, but it is not enabled for all of our MSPs. It's only for our reseller, and we are enable this partner option on demand when our resellers request it. We are enabling it for them manually. So it's only for our resellers that want to manage their MSPs, their partners, under their platform, under their master platform. We are calling it master platform, master account admin, and this is the master platform. And under the management, there's a partner part. As I mentioned, these all are the partners, I mean the MSPs, belongs to these resellers. And as a reseller, as a master admin, I can list all my MSPs I can see their situation on the endpoint count and allocated seats. This is the real time, and it's pulling the data from the endpoint manager core. So as a reseller admin, I can see all my partner and all my partners' details. Also, I can create new partner. And when I create new partner on the backend, system created another new fresh ITarian platform for the created partners. And at the end of the flow, I can reach my partners platform on one click with accessing this access button. And when I click here, system asks me my account admin password. It's for security reason, because yes, you already logged in your account admin platform, but after some time, there may be some other people try to reach your partner's account. So that's why we requested password for this step. As soon as you provide account admin password, then you can reach your partner's account. And you can see all of the details. You will be the account admin at that platform, and you can do all of the same ITarian capability. You will be able to have all the ITarian's abilities on the partners portal account as well. And if you have this kind of reseller customers needs multi-layer structure, please inform us so that we can enable this partners menu, partner structure for them. It's already on production, and there are a couple of, there are 3 customers, 3 resellers is already using this. So please inform us if you have this kind of customers or resellers. And one more thing, I can't show it right now because it's not on the staging or production yet, but it will be ready until the release date. Inside the invoice mail, we don't have any PDF attachment. After the release date, we will add PDF attachments in our invoice email, and also under the billing tab, under your application, management application, and on the billing tab, MSP will see the PDF attachment that they can download from this tab as well. As I said, it's not on staging or production. That's why I can't show it right now, but it will be ready on the release date. So that's all on the portal side as well. If you have any questions, please continue. Okay, thanks so much for joining us. I will share the record after the meeting, and also I will share the customer assessment report help guide as well. And see you next release demo. Thank you.